A two-story building in China suddenly collapsed in broad daylight. There was no earthquake or heavy rain, yet its walls split wide open, the steel frame was exposed, the concrete fell in solid chunks, and dense dust filled the air. People who saw the footage felt a chill run down their spine. With only slight tremors, the entire structure crumbled like wet sand. People call it Okara construction. A building that looks impressive on the outside but is hollow and rotten inside, a physical form of the lies and desires that define China today.
Don't say it's my window's fault even if the house collapses. Look at this. It falls off just by touching it with my hand. What kind of developer would build something like this? People spend millions to buy a home. And they still cut corners like this. Look, this is the wall. If I rub it with my hand, it just peels off and falls. Do you think I should report this? With work like this, it'd be weird if the house didn't collapse. And if the window really falls one day, don't say it's because I installed it badly. Look, there's no cement in this floor, right? This stuff is falling apart, isn't it? Right? Are you telling me there isn't a single bit of cement here? Look, it's all sand. Do you think there's any cement in this? How is anyone supposed to live in a place like this? Here, do you see any cement here? Tell me which floor, and I'll break that floor open and show you. Look, every floor is like this. How can they hand this place over with such cut-corner work?
From roads and tunnels to housing, Okara construction has become a symbol of the material and moral decay that defines China today. In Hubei province, a national highway that had just opened collapsed under the passage of a single truck. In Beijing, the Kaibei Bridge collapsed twice in only 3 months, with the first incident explained as caused by an electrical wire fire and the second blamed on heavy rain. In Guizhou province, when the Longting Bridge fell, it was revealed that not a single reinforcing bar had been placed inside the concrete.
The door they installed in this house, the bedroom door. Everyone look at this. I can't believe it's made out of paper boards. I've never seen anything like this before. I paid over 200 yuan for this door. Doing business like this. They really have no conscience.
I bought this apartment building with an elevator back in 2008, and now it's already in this condition. It's only been 17 years. When I bought it, the real estate agent said it was a 100-year home. You think this can last 100 years? It probably won't even make it 30.
These accidents are no longer exceptional events but the inevitable result of a construction system driven by lies and corruption. Officials focus only on meeting performance report deadlines, contractors cut costs by any means, and supervisors take bribes and look the other way. Parts that should be steel are replaced with bamboo, structural bolts are rusted and filled with impurities, and key items are fabricated on inspection documents. The construction cost of a single bridge can reach several hundred million yuan, yet the value of the materials actually used does not amount to even half of that. The remaining funds disappear into the pockets of officials, companies, and the silent invisible brokers embedded in the distribution structure of power.
This is the main beam. I never thought we'd still see cut-corner work like this in Suzhou in 2025. And it's a pretty serious structural safety issue. It's in one of the Vank apartments handed over last year. And the beam at the kitchen entrance has completely turned into sand. A beam turning into sand, that's clearly a structural safety defect. Vank, how is your supervision company even supervising? How could they overlook such a major structural problem? Just touching it with my hand makes the powder crumble right off.
An engineer from Yunnan province recounts that in one tunnel project, they were able to save more than 20 million yuan simply by cutting materials. The concrete layer that the design specified at a thickness of 1.5 meters was in reality less than 50 centimeters. Even so, they did not fear inspection, because on paper everything was legal. The inspection agencies and the construction management departments belong to the same system and share the same interests. When bridges collapse or walls crack, the explanations are always the same: abnormal weather, overloaded vehicles, once in a millennium natural disasters. No one takes responsibility, and ordinary citizens are the only ones who pay the price.
When I picked at this pillar a little with my hand, it just crumbled the moment I put my finger in. You see this, right? Just a light touch and it falls apart. How are we supposed to feel safe living here when the concrete is like this? It hasn't even been 2 months since they handed it over, and when I asked a worker to start the renovation, he told me, "We can't put tiles on this pillar. You can tell it's hollow inside just from the sound. Even if we stick tiles on, they'll fall off right away."
Poor ordinary people spent their small savings and borrowed from relatives to buy homes, believing they had at last secured a place to live in peace. Yet within months, the walls cracked, the ceilings fell, and the floors sank. When they filed complaints, the management departments pasted notices reading danger zone, no entry, and offered only the excuse that they were handling the issue. They could not live in their homes, yet their bank repayments continued. In a society where human lives are treated as lighter than cement, every wall can become a grave marker for the most modest dreams.
The quality of new apartments these days is honestly so bad it makes you want to cover your eyes. Look, it's full of holes like this, and someone as picky as me just can't stand it. So I asked a female plasterer to help patch things up all over the place. My dad laughed and said, "You must be way too free." But I don't care. If I can fill even a little, I want to fill it. But when I looked up at the ceiling, I yelled. I packed in 7 or 8 bowls of mortar and it still wouldn't fill. It's like a bottomless hole. How much corner cutting did those contractors do? I swear I'm never buying a new development again. The quality is just unbelievably bad.
Buying a home. Pouring all the money you worked so hard to earn into it. That 70-year property right is basically a joke. Look, this place isn't even 20 years old yet, and it's already falling apart like this. You really think we can still live here 30 years from now?
Ironically, even when faced with this grim reality, many people in China are afraid to seek justice. They have seen too many painful lessons. Whistleblowers have been beaten, detained, and charged with unexpected crimes, and such incidents have repeated again and again. The legal system itself is tied to vested interest groups, and within a structure where interests are shared, justice has become nothing more than an empty mask. People understand that staying silent is safer than confronting the government. Even if they speak out, they gain nothing and may instead be accused of disturbing public order. Out of this enforced silence, a dangerous habit is taking root. Everyone worries only about their own survival, thinking it is good enough if the bridge does not collapse when they cross it, or if the wall does not fall on them.
The quality of this concrete wall is really awful. There's almost no concrete inside, and it feels like there isn't even any cement. There's nothing you can do with something like this. This is supposed to be a load-bearing wall.
Modern Chinese people live within a system that puts profit above all else, and they are gradually losing their sense of right and wrong. From officials to workers, from contractors to citizens, everyone is swept first into the vortex of profit. Supervisors approve substandard steel even when they know it is defective, and engineers remain silent about concrete mixed with sand because they fear losing their jobs. Even when the building next door collapses, citizens can only pray that their turn will not come.
I spent half my life working so hard, finally saved up a bit of money and bought a home. And this is what I got: leaks everywhere. The walls are cracked all over too. Anyone even a little timid wouldn't dare live here. What am I supposed to do with a place like this? I can only say I'm really unlucky. I won't say which complex it is, cause if I said it, this video would definitely never get posted. I think it's fine to make the design a bit simpler, but the quality is something you absolutely cannot cut corners on. That's the bare minimum of conscience. As a human being, you shouldn't be this shameless.
Chinese society today is a world where morality has been pulled out like the steel beams of a broken bridge. Everyone thinks only about their own survival and does not care if they trample others. Under a totalitarian system in which money and power determine all value, integrity becomes a luxury. When profit replaces conscience and lies become routine, it is not only buildings that collapse. It is society itself that falls apart.